The 2025 AFL Draft is in 2 weeks. Welcome to your draft countdown. On November 19th, the 2025 AFL Draft will be taking place. And now Collingwood won't be a huge player in the game. We might do some things in the first round, but currently these are the picks that we hold. And our first pick isn't until pick 39. We know that with academies and father-sons in the first couple of rounds, that will be pushed up a little bit. So our 39 probably becomes like a 33, hoping a little bit lower, like a 31 or a 30, if that. I just don't think that it happens. But we do have a couple of prospects in the draft. And of course, we can trade draft picks and try and get higher into that first round, because rumor had it that Collingwood were trying to do that back during the trade period. But live trading of picks can still happen and will happen on the day. Now, this series is a bit of a challenge for myself. I've taken about a week or so break, maybe about 5 or 6 days, with doing Swoop content and stuff like this. But every day until the draft, I will be releasing at least one draft video. Now, it could be about a player, it could be about previous players, it could be just draft stories in general, but you will get one video a week for this AFL 2025 draft countdown. And what better place to start it than with our NGA prospect, Zac McCarthy. Zac McCarthy is a 199 centimeter, literally just 1 centimeter short of 200 centimeters, key forward and a ruckman for Vic Metro and Oakleigh Chargers. Now, he is linked to Collingwood through the Next Generation Academy and has been turning heads of rival clubs all year long, thanks to a huge breakout year. We talked to Jasper from ESPN, their footy expert, earlier on a couple of weeks ago in October, and they had him at pick 37 in their power rankings for the top 40, but in their fandom draft, so their mock draft, they had him going at pick 21 when a club bid on him and Collingwood had to match the picks. Now remember, we do get a bit of a respite because he is linked to Collingwood as an NGA prospect, so we do get a little bit of a points reduction there. But he is most likely going to go in the first round because so many rivals love what this kid can do. Zac McCarthy's rise in 2025 has been absolutely rapid. In the 4 Vic Metro games that he played this season, he kicked a goal in every single game. He was averaging 1.8 goals a game and close to 10 disposals a game. So, like I said, kicked a goal in every single game and was just everywhere where they needed him in the forward line or dominating in the ruck. His breakout game came against Western Australia, where he kicked 3 goals, and this is where rival clubs started just salivating at the thought of bringing him into their club.
Keep an eye on this one, Collingwood supporters, because you need to get excited about where Zac McCarthy is tracking. Keep a good eye on Zac McCarthy. He could be one to shoot up the ranks. He could also be one of 12 to 15 players who are tied to clubs as NGA, as Northern Academy, as father-sons, who are in the first round this year.
He also impressed in limited Coates Talent League games for the Oakleigh Chargers that he played. He averaged 17 disposals and a goal per game, including 2 massive back-to-back performances with 20-plus disposals. Draft analyst Jonty Ralphsmith, who we did talk to earlier on this year, highlighted McCarthy's work rate and skill, noting he averaged 20 disposals, 5 marks, a goal, and 13 hitouts in the Coates Talent League. His best spot might be centre-half forward, where his running and marking can flourish.
Zac McCarthy could be the man of the next generation. While we may see the Oakleigh Charger play around the ground, including increased ruck minutes in 2025 to expose both his and Louis Emmett's versatility, it looks like his best spot is going to be as a centre-half forward.
So what makes Zac McCarthy such a tantalising prospect? I've put it down to 5 things. The first, aerial ability. At nearly 2 meters tall, McCarthy's vertical reach and timing make him a nightmare for defenders. He can clunk a really nice contested mark, often extending above the pack with those long arms, those Inspector Gadget arms, and his tall frame. Number 2, mobility. Zac McCarthy isn't your traditional stay-at-home forward. McCarthy covers the ground like a midfielder, linking up through the corridor, following up at ground level, and even acting as a fourth midfielder when he's rucking. We know that in the modern game, out-and-out ruckmen just don't exist anymore. You need to have strings to your bow. McCarthy does that. Yes, he's a forward first, but he can pinch hit in the ruck, and he's a damn good ruckman for someone who his ruck isn't his first choice. Number 3, his reach and his marking. His huge wingspan lets him pluck the ball at full stretch, giving defenders almost no chance to spoil. Number 4, scoreboard impact. Zac McCarthy hits the scoreboard consistently. Like we said, 1 goal in every national under-18s champions game he played and multiple bags of goals throughout the year. Number 5, his upside. Yes, his development curve is steep just like any big tall guy is. Recruiters see enormous long-term potential though. The type of player who could go from raw prospect to genuine star within only a few seasons. And to back up that athleticism and those 5 points, he actually had a really good draft combine. He ran a 6-minute 36 2K time trial and a 3.18 second 20-meter sprint. But like any teenager coming through the AFL draft, there is always room to grow. In 2025, Zac McCarthy suffered through a hip injury at the start and a neck injury around June. So it did stunt his progress a little bit, but he did make a return. And like we said earlier, absolutely smashed it in all the carnivals that he played. Another development area is his strength. Now, you can see Zac McCarthy, very tall, nearly 2 meters, but a very light frame. A couple of preseasons in an AFL gym, and the world could be his absolute oyster. And you could just see that from what he has already and the ability that he has, a little bit more muscle, and defenders will absolutely just be looking over their shoulder when McCarthy is flying towards them. The last developmental area is just his rawness in general. And we see this a lot with ruckmen or draft ruckmen or draft talls where they do take a couple of years to fully develop. They can drift in and out of games. And we saw that a little bit with McCarthy this year. But again, getting into an AFL system should smooth any of that out. What really excites me about Zac McCarthy and the prospect of him playing at the Pies is that he is the modern ruckman / forward that we all have been wanting for so long. He's a new age hybrid tall. He can go forward, can clunk marks as a centre half forward, but if we need him to, he can play in the ruck. Now, Jasper earlier on, if you haven't watched that video, I'll link it down below, did say that his best position is probably in the ruck. But we've seen him kick bags of goals as a forward. But just having that ability to go in the ruck, have a bit of a hit out, or stay forward and clunk marks over defenders is just such a tantalizing prospect. So what draft pick can McCarthy land at on draft night? Now, expert analysis all year have him going from picks 25 to picks 40. We know that Collingwood's first pick is 39, but he could get bid on a lot earlier on, maybe in the first round. Like I said at the start of the video, our draft picks could come down. We're looking at going up into the draft, so trading future drafts or trading draft picks that we have at the moment and getting a little bit higher up. If that is to be used for McCarthy, we're not too sure yet. But even though Collingwood haven't formally nominated our NGA prospects, you could be assured that Zac McCarthy will be a Collingwood player in 2026. Zac McCarthy might not dominate from day one in 2026, but can you just imagine in a couple of years, him lining up at the MCG next to Jack Buller, next to Charlie West, 100,000 at the MCG. You've got the forward line of the future, and it's just something that Collingwood have been crying out for years. We draft Charlie West with a pick in our 50s. We bring in Jack Buller. We bring in this Zac McCarthy project that, not only is he going to be a fantastic player, but an NGA prospect. So he's linked to Collingwood and one of our best NGA prospects that we've had for just years and years and years, which is just and a key forward as well. Like, come on, what more could Collingwood fans and Collingwood ask for? But I ask the question to you, What pick do you think Zac McCarthy will land at on draft night? Do you think it's first round? Do you think anyone is going to place a bid on him? Or do you think he sneaks down to Collingwood in the over 30s picks? Let me know your thoughts down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.